Good day, everyone. I hope you all had a very good Monday. My Monday was alright. I worked, obviously. Um, yeah, that's about it. I worked all day. um, so I'm gonna pick off where I left off. Sorry about last night. I was getting pretty close to the end of the review, but my phone and I filmed the whole thing twice. Actually, you guys know that already because I did mention that at the beginning of the last one. Um, But as it's uploading, it tells me there's not enough memory. And I'm like, why isn't there enough memory? It recorded it. Why won't it upload it? Doesn't make any sense in that regard because it was still there. The whole thing was on my phone. It was just not on the other. So anyway, pick up where I left off on my review of The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I just got done I watched the video back to see exactly where I cut off. I just got done talking about the funny scene with the boat in the water and him rescuing him at the end. I'm trying to see if I can remember what happened because it's past some time. Basically, they go forward from there. They're still trying to find the physicist, the girl's dad. So she takes a different route and actually finds a way herself, and she winds up reunited with her father, and they're trying to figure out how to get to her and all that. And they take different routes. Something happens to Napoleon Solo, and he winds up being captured and put into taken to a knocked out, basically drugged, and then taken to a facility with this chair that's hooked up to all this electricity, and it's a torture room, a torture device. And the guy who's doing it is complete psychopath. He's insane. He loves torturing. He's one of those. He was like a classic I love what I do and what I do is insane type of characters. Um, and so the Russian actually winds up coming and saving him. For some reason, he gets to him first. Um, and then they go and they try to finish solving the problem that they have to solve, which is these bad guys are trying to get a nuclear bomb, basically. And so things happen, and I'm gonna just skim through it briefly, not give too many more details because we're in the climax of the movie, the most important parts, and I don't want to give away any big spoilers. I've already mentioned a few things, but basically they get closer and closer. They let it slip through their fingers. They get control again, and then they find out they've been duped, and nothing and it isn't what they thought. And the lady is getting away with the nuclear bomb, and they figure out where she is. And they basically blow her up, and thankfully the nuclear bomb can't go off because there's no fission. It's just a normal explosion, and everything's cool. And then after that, they're back at the hotel. They think everything's solved and everything. Solo ends up getting a hold of one of these remote devices that control the nuclear weapon, and the Russian is told by his superiors to get it from kill the American and get it, and he goes in to do that. He seems kind of reluctant to because they kind of respect each other now. But he's going to follow his orders. And throughout the movie, I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but throughout the movie, things happen. The Russian winds up getting his watch stolen in a situation where he has to pretend like he's just a normal architect because the people stealing it are actually working for the bad guys, and it's a test. And so he's forced to let them steal his father's watch, which is a lot of emotional value to him. Another point later on in the movie, he almost gets them in trouble by going after someone because he thinks he sees his father's watch. He winds up being wrong. So somewhere along the way, Solo takes out a guy, and he sees that he's wearing a watch, and it's the same watch, his father's watch. And I'm not sure how he knows this because I don't think he gets a very good look at the watch. but somehow he knows that's the Russians' father's watch, and so he takes it. And so the Russian's there, and he's about to pull his gun, and Solo knows that he's going to do it because he can't imagine that he wouldn't have a mission like that. So he pulls out the watch, and the Russian gets sentimental, and he's like, "Oh, you said you got my father's watch," and then he's like, "All right, forget my orders. We're friends now. I'm not gonna go after this thing." And then change the scenes, and he's out on the rooftop with Solo, the Russian, and the American spies, and they're just like having a drink together and being best of friends. And then this guy comes in, we see as a superior officer that Solo was kind of loosely working for, and he basically says that he's talked to their superiors, and they're basically a team now, and so they're gonna keep working together. And that's the way the movie ends. They're just kind of like, what? I don't know about this, and that's it. So I would highly recommend seeing the movie. Definitely an awesome spy movie, very old school feel, but also very funny, very comedic. And there's lots of good moments in there, so check it out. And that's it. I'm gonna say goodnight here. Don't want this video to get too long, or I'm not gonna be able to upload it either. So good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.